Alright YouTube, so this video we're back again with TTL Tuesday, and today is our episode number 3, third episode. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, well, the hottest thing that everyone is talking about for the last week or so is the Canon R5 Mark II camera. And you know, a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions about, hey, how is the autofocus? How is, you know, the image quality? Blah, 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 blah. No end to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do through the lens, and I'm going to show you the different things, you know, through the lens that we have actually shot with the R5 Mark II. And believe it or not, with a very basic lens, the 800 f11 lens is the one that I've been using, and I'm actually digging it. With this camera, and you know, it's pretty fast on my R7, but for some reason on the R5 II it's like blazing fast, and I'm really actually enjoying using it. So I think the autofocus, let's just talk about it. Let's get the cat out of the bag and let's just go right into it. So, and then I'll show you pictures, and then we'll talk through the pictures on the screen. I've got like good 7-8 pictures that I can share with you. If not, you can always go to my Instagram. It's 247 Media Group Photography, and check it out. And hopefully, you know, you'll want to, you know, follow over there, and you can see a lot more photos than the ones I'll show you in this video. So it's all there. You can go look at it. And there was actually a nice short that I did of a blue heron having some shrimp cocktail. So check it out, see what you think. It's all shot on the R5 Mark II. Autofocus. The R7 and the R3 were probably the pinnacle on the R system, which were one of the best that they had. The original R was, you know, okay. Then the R5, R6 came out. They were pretty good. And then the R7 and the R3 came out, and they were really good. And now it's like the next level good. And I'm not saying this as a fanboy. It's I went shooting with a couple of guys, and I gave them the camera to try, and they were stunned. And one of them actually was using a Z8 alongside from Nikon, and he just couldn't believe it. How much more advanced it was into finding that bird. So the situation, let me lay it out there, and I'm not saying anything bad about Nikon, so don't get all freaking freaky, and because if you do on the comments, you will be removed and you won't come back. I'm done with this game. I'm done playing this game. So this person obviously used it, and there was a situation where you had tons of I don't want to call it leaves, but it's like a lot of foliage that was there, and apparently there was not a bird of prey. It was something small, like a bird that's like this big, a little bit bigger than a hummingbird, small bird. With the Z8, it would go into the tree, this, that, and that's how the original R5 was, right? It would do the same thing. It would go, you know, looking for it. Oh yeah, you know, maybe hit it once in a while and then go back and look at something else. This R5 Mark II is insane. It even picks up like same foliage type of situation. It will pick up even just a butterfly in all of that foliage, and it knows what it is. And I'm looking at it closely into the viewfinder. I'm like, dude, did you get something? And then obviously I have my R5 set up where when I zoom in, it goes to the actual focus point, and obviously the focus point was on this bird, which I couldn't even tell was on the frame. On the screen, it was kind of harder to see. But when it zoomed in, I'm like, oh shit, there's an actual bird right there. If you've got the R5 II, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never touched it, and most people haven't yet because they're still shipping them, get one or rent one and try it for yourself. That's the best advice I can give you before you spend your money, right? And please don't go out there and sell all your gear and all this stuff, right? Don't do that. these cameras are only going to get better, and this is firmware version 1.0 on this thing. So what do you think is going to happen in the future firmware? It's going to get better and better and better and better. It's exciting actually to be able to see what the camera can actually do in video mode. Wow. You can go look at the video for yourself. I'm going to post some more. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I can tell you right now, with waveforms and things like that, I screwed up one or two, short videos that I shot. And then I remembered, hey, this thing's actually got waveforms in there. I'm like, dang. I should have used it for the other two, but I didn't. So all of the other videos used the waveform and nailed it. Nailed it. I don't even need the Atomos Ninja anymore over there because it's got waveform, false color, this color, that color, all that shit is in there. And no, it's not a cinema camera. That's the best part. And it's got IBIS, so I can handhold a 800mm and shoot this video. All of that is shot with the 800 f11 handheld on the R5 II. Pretty good with a stack sensor. It does pretty damn good. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it too much, but let's come back to through the lens. All of this is happening through the lens, obviously. So it is through the lens Tuesday, and you can probably feel my excitement. It's not because it's a Canon camera. I was that excited about the ZF. Because I truly loved it. I just couldn't believe, like, I'm looking at something like so retro and it does all these things. It's pretty awesome, right? It's the same kind of feeling here, but it's an R5, but it's not an R5. And anyone that thinks that this is just a small incremental update, you're a fool. It's not. This thing is a completely different beast altogether. Pick one up and you'll know. You'll know how good it is. I mean, it's a different beast altogether. Anyway, I digress. So let's go back to the photos. I'll put the photos up. I'll go on the bottom right, like I always do, so you can see the pictures. We can talk through it, and I can tell you sort of what you're seeing on the screen. So there might be a blank at the beginning of the slideshow. I just had Lightroom do the slideshow, so it makes it kind of easy. But we're going to do a deep dive of these photos, and I will do another video outside of the the daily that we do, which actually captures the autofocus, so you can actually see how the autofocus actually works. You got to keep one thing in mind. If you want to see the boxes and things like that, it has to be done in photo mode. The moment you go into video mode, apparently when you do a HDMI capture, the thing that's tracking the eyeball kind of goes away in video mode, but you'll get an idea in the photo mode. It's the same. It does the same thing. Anyway, let's hop into the computer and take a look, and let's see how it looks. I should be on the bottom right there, and we turn the keyframe off, and that should be good. All right, so what you're seeing up is a blue heron up there, and it's going to actually just continue to scroll through. Another one, that's the one that I put up there with a big smile, and it had actually chowed down a nice fish prior to that. I was pretty happy little guy. Same bird, and you got to keep in mind this bird is really far away, so some of these are decent sized crops. And no, I'm not lying to you, because as soon as this slideshow is done, I'm actually going to hop right into Lightroom and actually show it to you how much of a crop it is, so you'll get an idea what we're dealing with. And here we are, a little titmice. That's a chickadee, I believe. Neat little bird. And then that's what I said, it's going to go blank for a second, and then it will actually come back. There you are, another one. That's my little buddy hummingbird. He comes back quite often. And I actually shot a fox in the wild, and that's a real fox, and it's pretty far away. So there you are. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and actually hop into the tool, because I don't want you to think I'm making this stuff up. There you are. This is the bird right here, as you can see. And I'm not ignoring you, I'm just looking this way. So if I go back into the development module here and do R, you can see how much of this is the actual frame. So if I reset the crop, that's the full image right there. And then if I do this, that's the cropped image, right? So this guy here, same deal. Once it loads up, we'll go ahead and actually do R. Now you can actually see all you're seeing is just this much of the image. If I go ahead and reset this, that's the full image right there. And then if I do that, that's the crop. That's what you're seeing. All right, and all of the shooting specs are right here on the left here. You can see it. This little guy, pretty cute little thing. Let's do R. Now you can see how much of that image you're really seeing. This is the full image right here. And then that's the crop. Okay. Here's the fox. Yes, it was far away. It wasn't very close. So you do get a lot of heat index kicking in here, a lot of the heat refraction from long lenses. Anyway, let me just show you. Here is the full image. And this is 800 millimeters, and that's how small it is in the frame. So imagine how far it is. And I am able to do this. Still get detail out of it. Looks good. No problem. This guy here, that's the full image right there. So when I do this, you can get an idea on how much more you can go. Keep in mind, this is only $1,000 lens that's 800 millimeters. What about this one? Same thing. There you are. And this is our Starling. And you can see how much of the image am I using. This is the full image. And then this is the crop. All right, then we go to this little guy. You can see how much of this image. That's the full image right there. That's the crop. There you are. You can see all the detail right here. Look at it. Look at these patterns on the screen. Same deal, same lens. And then we have the cute little guy here. And you can see how much of this is the thing. The bird's right there. Got trees everywhere. And then we just hit this, and then we can hit R. And that's what we get. So with that, I'm gonna come back here for a second, and okay, here we are. I don't know what you thought, but that's proof in the pudding. So show me what you shot with it, and show me what you shot with yours, right? And I'm just having fun. I haven't even showed you all of the other stuff that I've shot, because some of those heron shots that are there, they're shot at a location in Maryland, which I am not comfortable disclosing because I do not want 5 million people showing up there starting to do picnics over there and actually disturbing the wildlife. So with that, hopefully I'll keep it that way. And very close ones that I am very close to might get a chance to actually come there with me. And I learned it through one of my subscribers that's on here, and I got to respect that. So with that, like, subscribe, be nice to each other. Go out there and actually create your magic. Go shoot. I don't care what your camera is. By the way, the guy with the Z8, he got some really good shots. I really like it. You know, some of the stuff he got. Really love it. And I couldn't get it because I was busy doing something else, and I got distracted fooling around with the camera because it's new and exciting. He was in the moment. He got some really good shots. Anyway, the camera really doesn't matter. It kind of does, because all of them are pretty damn good nowadays. It's, you got to be in the moment at this point, because the camera is already so advanced that I can't sit there and say, I made this happen. I made the exposure happen for sure, but the camera made that autofocus hit on that eyeball, and that's what this through the lens is today. Canon R5 Mark II, I give it a 4.5 out of 5 if you want to give it on the autofocus. There's always, room for improvement there. And the original R5, I'd probably give it more like a 3.8 at this point. Nikon Z8, I would probably give it more like a 4.2 at this point, because it was pretty good. In certain situations, it got kind of goofy. I tried it, I played with it. It's good, nice, no problem. It was with that PF lens, the 600 or something like that, or maybe 800. I don't remember what it was. It was small. Awesome lens. So I enjoyed it, and I am super excited to do a lot more with this. So let me know what all do you really want to see. And Conowingo Dam and the cold weather is around the corner, and we are going to rip through hard drives. By the way, I ended up buying a 16 terabyte hard drive. I'm going through hard drives very fast. And then I also picked up a new reader because I was using this piece of junk. Apparently it's a piece of junk now. I don't know, it was working fine. It's made by Rich Camera, those guys. It's a CFast Express Type B cards. It was one of the very first ones that ever came out. And I bought it, I used it for so many years, but now it like keeps on dropping on my M3 MacBook Pro, and it's just very frustrating. So I ended up getting the Lexar Professional one. Just got it today. It's 3.2. It should be blazing fast, and super excited to try this. If you want me to do a review on this and how it's going, let me know. I can do that. But I think you can easily buy one. They're all pretty good nowadays. So with that, I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you.